Hip, hip, hip! Hip, hip, hip! I want them to hear you at Congress Place! Hip, hip, hip! And we are coming to take over! Comrades and friends, members of the PPP family, I am humbled as I am excited to speak to so many thousands of you here this afternoon at the historic launch of our election campaign for the March the 2nd, 2020 election, which we will sweep with resounding victory. Comrades, over the past 4 to 5 years, you and your family have had to endure the sufferings and indignity which flow from the ineptitude, the incompetence, the squandermania, the corruption, and the rampant discrimination that have permeated every sector of this government. You do not need any politician to lecture to you on that. You and your family have suffered it all. You have endured the loss of over 30,000 jobs, the imposition of over 200 new taxes and fees. In VAT alone, you have paid close to $500 billion more, with no commensurate increase in your wages and salaries. You and your family continue to be brutalized by criminals. You have witnessed the violations of your rights and freedoms and unparalleled violations of your constitution by this government. You have seen the relentless attempts that are being made to deny you your democratic right to vote at the upcoming elections. Only last night at Lane Avenue, South Georgetown, you witnessed a most vulgar attack on democracy and your constitutional right to associate and support a political party of your choice. Comrades, look at that post, and look at that post, and you will see an APNU flag on both sides, and you will see APNU banner, and they were put there knowing fully well that we will have this rally, and you see that they remain untouched. They remain untouched. You know why? Because we are a law-abiding people. We love democracy. We don't have to destroy to win. We will win with arguments, issues, track record, and performance. Imagine, comrades, as I was entering, I saw their big banner. Imagine after all that they have done to you, they are campaigning for your votes under the banner of honesty and, what was it, Bishop? What was it? Decency and honesty. Oh my God. Decency and honesty. Comrade, from the first day that they took office, they paid themselves a 100% increase. Wow, what more dishonest and what more dishonest that you can do? And comrades, they refuse to tell you. They hide it in the official gazette. Comrades, what is decent and honest about lying to you about a signing bonus which they receive from ExxonMobil and stash it in a private account? And Jordan said, we never requested, neither did we receive it. It is a figment of your imagination. What is decent and honest about that? Comrades, what is decent and honest about renting a house in Old Boys Town, valued $20 million for $12.5 million a month to store condoms and lubricants? What is decent and honest about dismissing over 2,000 Amerindians and 8,000 sugar workers and putting their families on the breadline? The latest IDB report ranks Guyana as the most corrupt country in the Caribbean, with bribery in government at the highest. What is decent and honest about that? Today, comrades, look at the Stabrook News. The Stabrook News front page. Government failed to account for over $800 million in 2018 and over $166 million in contractual overpayment. What is decent and honest about that? Comrades, after being defeated by a no-confidence motion, which required them to resign and call election within 3 months, up to now 1 year after, they are illegally clinging on to government, contrary to the law, contrary to the Constitution. What is decent and honest about that? Comrades, there is another thing that I want to touch on quickly, and it is about the discrimination to which you have been subject at the hands of this government. When we were in government, every one of our policies and programs were designed and targeted to affect in a positive way every race and every class in this country. Take, for example, our cash grant program. That program ensured that every parent of a child in a public school was given $10,000. Whether that child and that parent lived in Port Morant or Port Kaituma, Belladrum or Buxton, Crabwood Creek or Charity, Linden or Lethem, Pacaraima or Paramakatoy, every mother and every child received that $10,000. Compare it now. They have scrapped that and they have replaced it with a 5Bs program. Boat, bus, bicycle, bag, and boots. Comrades, which one of your children ever traveled in that bus with David Granger photograph? Which one of your children ever get a boots under that program? Which one of them ever traveled in that boat? Which one of them ever got a half a sack bag under that program? That is the type of discrimination that has permeated every governmental action in this country. And we say that it must stop. We must unite our people. Comrades, and there are a whole constellation of new parties fed up and annoyed and Change Guyana. And I ask you to consider, what have they done for you over the past 2 years or 4 years? Apart from promoting themselves, nothing has stopped them from protesting on the streets. Nothing stopped them from filing an action against this government. Nothing stopped them from fighting the battle at GCOM. They have all abandoned you. But the PPP has stood tall and continues to champion the cause of democracy. So, comrades, for 5 years, this government has had its way. On March the 2nd, 2020, you will have your say. And will you reject them? I can't hear you. Will you reject them? And will you vote so that Irfan Ali will be the next president of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana? Thank you. Thank you.